I didn't plan on ruining my ex's marriage. Honestly, I spent months trying to forget he even existed. But then one night, his wife's Instagram showed up in my suggested list. I stared at her smiling photos. The captions about how perfect he was, how he always opened doors for her, how lucky she felt. And suddenly, 3 years of memories came rushing back. The lies, the cheating, the humiliation. And in that moment, I realized something. She knew about me, but she didn't know the whole truth. So I sent her a message that changed everything. If you've ever been betrayed, lied to, or made to feel like you were disposable, then you're going to feel this story. Hit the like button, subscribe, and get ready for one of the most emotionally satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. And stay until the end, because what happened after I pressed send shocked even me. 3 years. That's how long I was with Nathan. 3 birthdays. 3 Christmases. 3 years of building a future in my head. We met in college in Columbus, Ohio. He was charming in that effortless way. The kind of guy who remembered tiny details about you. Your favorite snack. The name of your childhood dog. He made me feel seen. Safe. Chosen. So when he told me he wanted to join the Army Reserves to get his tuition covered, I supported him completely. I told him I was proud, even when that meant months apart. Even when it meant late-night calls with weak signals. Even when it meant sleeping alone in a bed that suddenly felt too big. I waited through boot camp, counted down days like a prisoner, waiting for release. When his graduation finally came, I drove 7 hours to see him. Standing there in uniform, looking stronger, more confident. I thought, this is the man I'm going to marry. But something felt off. His mom barely spoke to me. His sister gave me this tight smile that never reached her eyes. At the time, I told myself I was overthinking. I always did that. Nathan reassured me everything was fine. Then he left for training school, out of state. And that's when everything changed. The texts became shorter. Calls became rare. He suddenly had no time. But somehow, he had time to post photos with new friends. Laughing, drinking, living a life that didn't seem to include me anymore. The first time I suspected cheating, I physically felt it, like ice water poured down my spine. Women noticed things. The shift in tone, the delayed replies, the emotional distance. Still, I trusted him. Because loving someone means believing their words even when your intuition is screaming. Months later, he came home. Different, colder, detached. We argued more. He'd accuse me of being insecure, needy, dramatic, and then one night he ended it, just like that. No real explanation. No closure. Just gone. A few weeks later, I heard from mutual friends. He was seeing a girl from the Army. They'd been talking for months. While he was still with me, that truth shattered something inside me. But what hurt even more, she knew about me. He had told her we were basically over, that I was just clingy, that I couldn't accept reality. I stayed silent. I focused on healing, trying to rebuild my dignity piece by piece. Then suddenly, he moved back to my hometown. Without her, during that short period, I found out he had kissed at least 2 other women. Different parties, different nights, same lies, same manipulation. He even told people his new girlfriend had bad credit and that he regretted rushing into things. I remember thinking, this man will destroy anyone who trusts him. Eventually, she moved here. They got married at a courthouse. Quick, quiet, like they were trying to outrun the truth. I told myself to move on, and I did, until one night. Her Instagram appeared in my suggestions. I don't know why I clicked. Maybe curiosity. Maybe unresolved pain. Her page was full of glowing posts about him. How he's the most respectful man. How he opens every door. How she feels like the luckiest woman alive. I started shaking. Because I knew a version of him she hadn't seen yet. And suddenly I realized silence wasn't strength anymore. Silence was protection. For him. Not for me. So I typed, deleted, typed again. My hands were trembling, heart racing. Finally, I sent her everything. The cheating, the lies, the other women. even what he'd said about her. Then I put my phone down and waited. Within hours, Nathan's social media accounts disappeared. All of them gone. Her newest post praising him deleted. Mutual friends started texting me. Apparently, there had been a massive argument. Someone even joked he probably slept on the couch. For the first time in months, I felt something unexpected. Not anger, not sadness, relief. Like finally putting down a heavy bag you didn't realize you were still carrying. I didn't destroy his marriage. I just removed the mask. Sometimes revenge isn't about hurting someone. Sometimes it's about telling the truth they worked so hard to hide. And maybe, just maybe, saving another person from the pain you already survived. If this story hit you emotionally, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And tell me in the comments, would you have told the new partner the truth or stayed silent? Because karma moves slowly, but truth moves instantly.